Hello everyone, welcome to another garden tour. Today is 27th of January and we are in the year 2026. And this might be my first video of garden tour for the year 2026. And if you have checked my videos in my YouTube channel, I have been posting video of garden tour in a different month. And I enjoyed making those videos. And the thing about me is I like watching garden tour videos of different YouTubers, and I have got so many inspirations and ideas from those videos. And I hope this video might also do the same for you all. And I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy gardening and sharing the joy of gardening. And this is one way of doing it, really. Okay, so let us start the garden tour, shall we? As I have been mentioning in previous video, I have got different rooms in my garden and I've given each room some name so it's easier to plan and do some projects. So this one over here at the moment is a water fountain garden, and there is a reason why, because there is a water fountain here that I love to look outside from the kitchen window, and sometimes I like to just have a breakfast here and watch the water fountain. And even the birds, they love this water fountains. And during the month in the springtime, I see a lot of small baby birds. They really enjoy bathing here, and I truly love watching the water fountain doing all the beneficial things for the wildlife as well. And you can see the whole space is very peaceful and green. As you can see, having evergreen in the garden can really make so much difference, especially during this time of the year, because we would not have much of the flowering or all this excitement, but these things, little things like this ivy here, I mean, I just thought it would be a wonderful idea, especially if it is variegated, because it might look like it is a flower, but it's not a flower. But still, it gives you the impression of having something colorful in the garden. And looking into my ivy here, it is very unusual that ivy is doing like this, but I just let it grow like this because I think it's nice to have unusual way of doing plants. And you can see plant can be manipulated into different shapes and sizes, and that's good as well. And over here I've got different collections of evergreen, and they are all in a different shapes and forms and colors as well. One way to get colors during the winter month when there is nothing happening in the garden. I'm sure you will love going into the garden center and looking into these plants, and always think about what it will do to me in different seasons, and that's what I do. And I think having this colorful palette of plants is a wonderful idea. And you can get so many plants like this one here is an ivy, but it will only be around 30 centimeter tall and long, so it won't creep or crawl anywhere. So nice idea. And I have been growing a Meganopsis, which is a blue Himalayan poppy, and hopefully this will do well and I can share in the next videos. And over here it's got a Vinca minor, and it's really struggling at the moment, but it will bounce back. And I have got here a ivy, and I'm trying to create a tree form of it, and hopefully I'll be able to share the progress in near videos, because it is really doing well as a tree form ivy. And here I've got a Vinca major, and it's flowering, and can you believe it, it was flowering in December. I mean, wow, that is, for a plant, that is a good habit. And over here I've got some pond aquatic plant, and it's got a water lily as well, and I'm trying to see whether it will bloom in this part of the garden or not. And over here you can see that it's all evergreen, and this one here was the bay tree that I replanted here, and it's doing so well. And there's a saying, right plant in the right place, and it is true. I really do believe in it nowadays. And I've got here rhododendrons, I've got camellias, I've got some evergreens. Like I say, I do use evergreen a lot in my garden because I want the garden to look beautiful and luscious throughout the year. So the evergreens are really a wonderful gift to your garden because they really do provide all year-round interest and, of course, a very different vibe to the garden when nothing is doing any blooming or nothing is surviving and sleeping. And I have got so many bulbs coming up here, and I think I've got tete daffodils, I've got bluebells, and over here my little ornaments are always looking cute, and I love them. So you can see the difference that evergreen can do in the corner, in the the most unwanted corners like this one here. It's been with me forever now, and it's still doing well, and it still looks good throughout the year. And I do love evergreen, and they just bring so much impact in the garden and life to the garden. And you can see the pots arrangement there, and how they all sort of mirror together and come towards the garden. And this one, the fountain garden, you can see this. I think this is Ceonathus tree, and it is a white blooming one. And I've got some Virginia creeper there. And I used to have a big hydrangea here, which I had to transplant. It was doing well, but the thing was, it was getting leggy. So I put it in other place. And this one here is a snowbell. And I'm trying to get a bloom for it, but it's always not doing anything. So if it doesn't bloom this year, then I might actually uproot them and maybe see how it might do by planting it in different depths. So hopefully. And this part of the garden has got a little bit of a revamp this year because I planted some stilvis that wasn't doing well in different garden. So, and this is place where I'm gonna put my Mechinopsis, the blue Himalayan poppy, if they do emerge from the seed tray. And I heard, and I've seen a lot of videos and say that it does take a long time for it to even sprout. So I'm not sure, but I'm planning to put all my Mechinopsis here. And I've got this little plant that I really love. It's a flowering plant, and it was in a pot, so I just put it in the ground, and it has been spreading so nicely, and especially in this wall, as you can see how beautifully it has come out of the wall. And this is how I want it to look. And you can see plant will always find a way to get beautiful and look nice, and they always will look for a way to shine. And this is something I like about plants and flowers. I've got here some crocus coming. Those were the first crocus that I ever planted in my garden. And I have got some stilvis here, and I'm hoping that they will do it well in this side of the garden, because the other side of the garden was getting very hot and humid because of the canopy. So hopefully this will make them happy. And I do love my stilvis because they were so fine looking stilvis, huge and looking like a feather and beautiful. So imagine how it's gonna look like. It's gonna do well in this side of the garden with Mechinopsis and stilvis. Wow, I'm looking forward to it. So many bulbs coming up here. What I do is when I get like bulbs as a gift, like in a pot, I don't let them die in the pot. I just plant them in the garden, and so many bulbs have been doing so well. They're coming out each year, and it's nice idea to have those memory put into the garden as well. And this Ceonathus tree, I mean, when I will be posting video in future, but it's gonna look so beautiful. And this side of my garden got a little bit of makeup, or say a revamp, and especially because this one here, the camellia, really gave me a reason why, because it was so beautiful and yet it wasn't getting this nice space. And over here I have added so many other shrubs so that they all mirror together. I mean, they all merge together and create a wonderful size corner, I would say. And this Helleborus did so well during the month of December, but while I was working here in different project, it wasn't getting enough attention. And I believe it still try to be happy. And I really love the plants in that way because they do well, even though sometimes you miss out, overlook them, or don't care about them. They always pop out and say hi, and which is a nice thing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this area in future because I have got so many shrubs that are flowering shrubs, some hydrangeas. So I'm really really looking forward to that season when it's gonna be growing season, and a lot of things will be flowering. And I'm really really looking forward to it, and I can't wait to share the joy in this more in the more future garden tours. Well, I noticed something over here while I was, yeah, look at this. I mean, this is a daffodil and it's ready to bloom. So maybe by next video I will have daffodils blooming in here. And I can see that this hydrangea which got transplanted seems to be doing well here, because you can see there is a little leaf bud. That means it is still alive. Because this is something that you have to take risk with plants, because when you transplant them, it's going to be a big risk, but the plants will just be doing well. And this one here is viburnum. I bought it in this size, like one branch, and it was a very cheap plant. And look at it now. It is a bush now, and probably it took it 6 years to be this much bigger and bushier, and it's flowering now. And I bought so many viburnums at the same time because they were on offer, but some of them are struggling and some of them are doing this well. And maybe, like I say, it's also the places and right plant and right places. And over here, this conifer also got transplanted from the other side of the garden. And it is what I like about this one is it's got this delicate, very delicate leaves, and I like this kind of unusual conifers. And I've got here my pots ready for annuals plant, and I've been growing a lot of seeds. This year I'm planning to grow my own flowering seeds, so, and I have been preparing the space for them as well. So let's move on to the fish pond area. I've been posting a lot of videos about my fish pond area because this looks always good. And we are in month of January, and you can see what a difference evergreen makes to a garden. You can see that it doesn't need a flower to be always a garden. Evergreen can do so much to just any garden, really. So in this side of the garden, I have got a lot of flowering interest. I've got here hydrangea that does so well during the month of January, June, July. It's thriving and it's full of life in here. And also I tend to bring out my my plants here. And over here you can see that is where climbing rose will be hanging. And I've got Gloriana and Aden rose, and I can't wait to see them, sort of make a nice arc into this canopy, because this canopy at the moment looks bare and doesn't look so much, but hopefully with the flowerings roses, it might look so much beautiful. And this camellia here is the same story behind this camellia. When I bought this, it really just had one. It was only a one branch in a small, probably the smallest pots, and they were on offer, and I bought so many of them, and it took probably 6 years for this plant to get this big, and it took a lot of patience. And gardening is a really a result of patience as well, and it just teaches you a lot and a lot of things about patience. And really, when I look at it now, I just think, wow, that was a long time, but the result is really really good. And the view from here, as you can see, with the evergreens all over in a different spot in the garden doesn't look like it's a winter garden. It does look very healthy and green still. So I really am a big fan of evergreens, and I do try to get hold of any evergreens that I like and treat myself to it. And I've got here some roses, some daphne, and some prunus in the pot. And I replanted some of the plants from the ground into pots like this one, Buddleia, and it has got a beautiful that pink magenta bloom that I really love, and I really wanted to give it a good look, so I replanted it over here, and hopefully it will flower because the flowers are just beautiful. And you may be thinking so many pots, but these ones are for the hostas that the collection of hosta that I've been gathering from my start of gardening. So yeah, okay. So over here, my goldfish are very curious, and they are the sole reason of this whole idea of gardening. And you can see this water lily is doing well, and I believe probably this is a pocket ground, and maybe that's why some plants do really well. And I have really given this a better look by planting some ferns and some grasses, and that grasses I really love that grasses. I mean, it's called carex, and I like the really nice. It's called carex eberillo, and I like the golden hue of it. And my goldfish, like this one here, has got a little patch on his eyes, and this one here was my first ever goldfish, and I called her my beloved because she's been with me ever since I started having goldfish, and she's seen a lot about me in the garden as well. And here I've got some ferns tucked in between, and there I have got a bug house, and I believe in bug house because it really helps to introduce beneficial in your garden, and your garden needs insects as well, so do introduce them in your garden. And my camellias, another result of patience, and really it is another result of patience because this one does so much flowering during its flowering time, and it looks so beautiful, and I love the way it just shines during this time of the year when the rainfall is high in UK. And looking onto my fish pond area where I love to sit down and watch these mini plants, and I try to always bring some flowering plants from different season in this side so that when I'm sitting down here and having a coffee or anything, I can just watch it and absorb it. And over there I've got the daffodils that I rescued from different side of the garden where they were struggling to bloom, and hopefully they will bloom because I like to rescue plants as well in between. So overall, this side is looking beautiful. As you can see, the evergreen. Again, the evergreen. I cannot tell you much about evergreens because they do bring so much wonderfulness during this time of the year. And the fish pond area is looking gorgeous. And you can see over there that little carex grass makes all the difference. And this is what I like about gardening. I'm not focusing on the big thing. I'm always focusing on the little corners and little space where you can create a wonderfulness. And over here I've got this water pot I moved from the other side, and I'm hoping that this will help my water lily to thrive. And this one here, another grass, is and you can see I always like to create a little spots where there is a little things but there are a big impact. And I've just done this thing for the rainwater that comes from the canopy, and I just wanted to give it a looks at the same time a proper drainage, so you can see how they're all working together. And I can see that there are lots of bulbs popping out, and you can see over there there is the herbaceous peonies, and you can see over here I've got the camellias. The camellias are my favorite because favorite evergreen because they flower, they are bushier, and the leaves are just beautiful. And I have made here a little island, and I think it's nice to have little islands in different places so that you can just take your chair and sit down and watch surrounded by, engulfed by the plants and flowers. And my wildlife area, wildlife pond is looking very wild at the moment because of the water. And now I think it's naturalizing, and that's so important for the little wildlife creatures. And my grassland area is not looking like a grass, and I'm thinking about doing some different things in this spot because I have had a struggle with the grasses doing well in this side of the garden. And I'm thinking maybe I might do some concrete project here so that when I'm sitting down here and watching the wildlife pond and enjoying the water lilies, it's more concrete and more stable, and it's not as muddy as it looks like now. But I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think about it, but it is another project that I'm thinking about. But let's see what will happen during the springtime. Whether if the grasses do well, then I will leave it. But if it doesn't, then I wouldn't bother about keeping any more grasses here. I'm really looking forward to this wildlife pond in near time, and I'm really. The question is about whether the frogs will come again or not, and the plants surrounding that area is another thing to look forward to because I've got some irises that wasn't doing well in different side of the garden, so hopefully they will thrive here because this is the most sunniest part of my garden. And I've got like three different lilies here. I've got lemon mist, I've got attraction, I've got conera, and also I've got a red lily, but I don't know which one is which. So by springtime when they flower, oh no, sorry, by the July or June, July time when they flower, that's when I get to actually know them by name and also see my labels and then compare them so that I know that this one is this because I'm really a big fan of aquatic plants and pond plants, especially water lilies. So these bulbs are haven't emerged yet, but I'm still positive about it because this one was the one that I planted last minute, and it's a different kind of tulip, and I can't wait to share when they bloom. And another thing about evergreen, again, I mean, this video is all about, I mean, this garden tour is probably more about evergreens, I believe. And this one here is called cestus, and I mean, it has been moved into so many places, and yet it is surviving, and it's green, and its flowers in the springtime. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And you can see the difference that evergreen can make to any corner, any ugly corner, and it does bring so much life to different corners that you find difficult to work with. And I have tried many things in here, but now I've settled to just evergreen because they don't ask much and they do well. And over here, this bloom of rosemary. Can you believe it? At this time of the year, it's blooming. Well, like I say, the weather is doing so much good for the plant at this time of the year as well. And moving into the tea room, inspired by my visit to Devonshire. I love having a tea room. And this one here is a kind of grass that belongs to a family of carex, and it's called Commons Brunch, and it looks like a dead grass, but it's actually alive. This is how it looks like all year round, and the fact that it looks something unusual is what I like about it. And if you are someone who want to have grasses in your garden, ornamental grasses, and you don't want something that is too demanding, then I will go for carex. And the path here has got so many different kinds of plants here, and during the springtime and summertime it's going to look beautiful. And yeah, the tea room is looking very grounded now, and it looks so formal as well, because when I was doing this planning a tea room here, I wanted to have a whole surrounded by green and luscious leaves, and this is what this evergreen are doing for me now. And I just love being here and watching the whole garden. As you can see, this corner is the far corner of the garden, so I can see everything. And I was always talking about this wisteria here, and having a wisteria in the garden, I think for a gardener is a ambitious project because they can be very um, demanding in most cases, especially with prunings. But I wanted one, so I got one now. And my vegetable garden is not doing much as there is nothing, but I have introduced this peach tree. It's called Early Alexander, and I don't know whether they will survive, but this is something exciting to look forward to in future because I've seen some YouTubers video that in the UK, that they're growing a peach tree outside. So let's see what will happen. And I got this apple from supermarket, that russet apple, and I got so it was so lovely. I just thought I needed to get one tree of it, so I got one there. And I've got some currants here. I love black currants and currants fruit because they're. I love making jams and sweets out of them. And I had some jams made from the one plant, one bush, and I was a big fan from them. So I just thought I would get one because this side of my garden doesn't have much doing in here because it's the hardest place to work with. And so I just thought just plant some black currants and red currants because they have got a really nice structure and they're not very leggy or they don't demand much, but yet they do flower. I mean, they do fruit a lot, and they're very ornamental, so why not? And in my experience, having a currant bush in the garden was a good idea. And my potager is looking very bland at the moment, but I have planted some greens here, and I love to have greens in my daily diet, and it's good for health as well, I think. And it's not doing much, but I'm having a big plan in this garden. I'm trying to introduce not introduce, but I'm trying to plant onions that's gonna be big and giant onions. So let's see. And this side of my garden used to have a path in here, but I've now created a border, a more flower border. So I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be even more happier, right? And so here I've got some lilac, I've got some lavender that I've uprooted from different sides. So hopefully they do survive. And some hibiscus, I've got some roses, I've got some bulbs. So let's see. And this was a currant from the other side of the garden because I just thought they're just nice plant to have outside as well. So it just is it used to be a path, but now look at it now. Just it just matched the whole wildlife pond area, so it's a good thing to have it. And looking at the wildlife pond now, it's such a joy because before I had a wildlife pond, but it wasn't doing much to the eyes and to the feelings because it used to get engulfed by the bush, and especially because it was in the corner and the bush used to just grow over it, and the it was dark and didn't have much. But now it is in the sunniest side of the garden, so hopefully the plants will thrive in there and so will the wildlife. And I noticed that some of the bulbs are emerging, and this is why I like doing gardening tour videos because you notice things that you may overlook, you know. So I love enjoying now I'm really enjoying making these videos because I've been going past videos and watching them, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know I had them. So it's really helpful to make videos like this. It doesn't just help other people but also help yourself as well. So the mini orchard ground is looking barren, but because of the evergreen around it, it is looking very good as well. So I've got a new pear tree here, and the name is very difficult. It's called Duni du Kumi pear, and I've got here this. I think it's Corylus, and this side of the garden has always a different interest. Okay, so that's all for the garden tour for the month of January for 2026, and I hope you all enjoyed watching my videos, and please go back to my YouTube channels and watch different videos that I've been posting in the previous month. because you would see there's so many difference and so many things have grown so in over time and in a very short period of time. And when I was watching those past videos of mine, I've noticed how the conifers, especially the conifers, they grow like 2-3 times bigger and better during the growing season, especially from, if you look at it from the month of May to June and July and August, they just grow double and triple the size. So that was something interesting to look at in my own garden channel videos. And I hope it made you happy and it made you joyful, just the experience and everything. And please do like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, please feel free to do it, and please subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll be able to post more videos like this in futures and more gardening videos, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to summer this year as well, like every one of us will do. And till then, enjoy and have a lovely time. Bye bye.